The residual impressions, thoughts of objects appear unending like the wave of an ocean. When will all of them get destroyed? As the meditation on the self rises higher and higher, the thoughts will get destroyed. Is it possible for the residual impressions of objects that come from beginningless times, as it were, to be resolved and for one to remain as the pure self? Without yielding to the doubt, is it possible or not? One should persistently hold on to the meditation on the self. Even if one be a great sinner, one should not worry and weep, "Oh, I am a sinner. How can I be saved?" One should completely renounce the thought that I am a sinner and concentrate keenly on meditation on the self. Then one would surely succeed. There are not two minds, one good and the other evil. The mind is only one. It is the residual impressions that are of two kinds, auspicious and inauspicious. When the mind is under the influence of auspicious impressions, it is called good, and when it is under the influence of inauspicious impressions, it is regarded as evil. The mind should not be allowed to wander towards worldly objects and what concerns other people. However bad other people may be, one should bear no hatred for them. Both desire and hatred should be eschewed. All that one gives to others, one gives to one's self. If this truth is understood, who will not give to others? When one's self arises, all arises. When one's self becomes questioned, all becomes questioned. To the extent we behave with humility, to the extent there will result good. If the mind is rendered questioned, one may live anywhere. How should inquiry be practiced? As long as there are impressions of objects in the mind, so long the inquiry "Who am I?" is required. As thoughts arise, they should be destroyed then and there in the very place of their origin through inquiry. If one resorts to contemplation of the self unintermittently until the self is gained, that alone would do. As long as there are enemies within the fortress, they will continue to sally forth. If they are destroyed as they emerge, the fortress will fall into our hands. What is the nature of the self? What exists in truth is the self alone. The world, the individual soul, and God are appearances in it. Like silver in mother of pearl, these three appear at the same time and disappear at the same time. The self is that where there is absolutely no I thought. That is called silence. The self itself is the world. The self itself is I. The self itself is God. All is Shiva, the self.